Hey guys, HTV here. Now, if you haven't heard by now, a new mainline Pokemon game, codenamed Pokemon Stars, is reportedly in development for Nintendo Switch and will release for the console sometime in the near future. A rumor claims the Pokemon Company was working on a Pokemon Sun and Moon sequel for the Nintendo Switch. The sequel was allegedly named Pokemon Stars and would be the first Pokemon game to be released for Nintendo's household console. This is not the first time Pokemon has had a major release followed by an improved version later on. Pokemon Red and Blue was updated to Pokemon Yellow, not to mention that Pokemon Diamond and Pearl ended up as Pokemon Platinum, so this rumor is definitely a possibility. According to Eurogamer, as well as other sources, the game has been in development alongside Sun and Moon. As the development of Sun and Moon wrapped up, the work on Stars was apparently postponed, but since the game's recent release, the development of Stars has resumed. With that being said, today's video takes a look at 5 new features for Pokemon Stars that I'd love to see. Of course, if you know of any other features that should be in Pokemon Stars that didn't make the list, then be sure to leave it in the comment section below after watching the video. With all of that being said, let's get into the video and I really hope that you enjoy. Starting things off and claiming the number 5 spot in today's video is Move Tutors. Now, whilst I love the brand new games Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon, a big issue in the games for me were the lack of move tutors. The only moves that are available in the Generation 7 games are Grass, Water and Fire Pledge, Volt Tackle, Frenzy Plant, Blast Burn and Hydro Cannon, Secret Sword and Relic Song, Draco Meteor and Dragon Ascent. All of these moves are pretty unique and don't really help out your average Pokemon. Now, in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, it was a completely different story. The move tutors was one of the things that made Auras amazing for the competitive scene. Pokemon like Greninja got a wider move pool, making it so much more versatile. I'd love to see something like this return in Pokemon Stars to allow loads of new sets to be run on the new Pokemon introduced in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Moves that should be there are the Elemental Punches, Drain Punch, Gunk Shot, Giga Drain, Knockoff, Drill Run, Iron Head, Zen Headbutt, Aqua Tail, Dragon Pulse, Seed Bomb, Hyper Voice, Heat Wave, Focus Punch, Stealth Rock and Tailwind are a good set of examples. Seeing as there were so many moves you could learn in Auras, it would be a pretty nice treat to see it happen in Pokemon Stars. Coming in at the number 4 spot is the addition of brand new Pokemon in Pokemon Stars. Now, whilst this may not technically be a feature, it's still something that I would love to see in the new rumoured game. A couple of weeks ago, video game journalist Laura Dale provided some new information about the alleged new Pokemon game during a Reddit AMA. According to Dale, Pokemon Stars will feature at least 20 new Pokemon not seen in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now this would obviously be amazing to see, but of course having to buy a new console just for 20 new Pokemon is a little bit of a stretch. After these rumours were leaked, many people were speculating that some of the new Pokemon would actually be Alolan forms of some of the Kanto Pokemon, just like we've seen in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon. A brand new legendary Pokemon could also help answer a few questions regarding why Zygarde was such a huge icon in Pokemon Sun and Moon, and why the legendary Pokemon was even in Alola in the first place. Like I said at the start, this isn't really a new feature, but it would still be pretty cool to be able to catch 20 more brand new Pokemon, as well as seeing how they adapt to the competitive scene. For all of these reasons, new Pokemon in Pokemon Stars takes the number 4 spot. Coming in at the halfway point in today's top 5 video is going deeper into Ultra Space. Pokemon Sun and Moon's story reaches its climax inside Ultra Space, an ethereal dimension that the game's Ultra Beasts call home. Our time inside Ultra Space, however, is painfully brief and is predominantly an extended cutscene featuring an epic encounter with UBO-01, Nihilego and Lusamine, and a weird hybrid of the two. Alternate realms and creatures from variable time-space dimensions are a regular theme in the Pokemon series, but we haven't truly explored one since the Distortion world in Pokemon Platinum. It would be odd if Pokemon Stars didn't follow Platinum's lead and expand on its predecessors with a full excursion into the unknown. Whether or not there are links between the dimensions, it would certainly make sense if the rumoured remakes of Diamond and Pearl are indeed on the horizon, which have a lot of evidence to suggest that they definitely are. Claiming the number 2 spot in today's video is returning to Kanto in Pokemon Stars. Now I can't be alone in feeling a little miffed at Lily's heavy tease at the end of Pokemon Sun and Moon. After a long journey around Alola with the player character and having engaged in her fair share of family drama, Professor Kukui's assistant embarks for Kanto, the iconic setting for Pokemon Red, Blue and Yellow, and home to Ash Ketchum in the anime series. Kanto is name-checked on multiple occasions throughout Sun and Moon. Dragon-type Master Lance and PC box creator Bill are both mentioned. Professor Oak's cousin shows up, and Generation 1 champions Red and Blue show up in person when you reach the battle tower. But much to the pain of our nostalgic hearts, it never follows through on taking players back to the promised land. I can't help but feel that hardware restraints would have put paid to Game Freak's potential plans, a predicament solved by the Switch's far superior processing power. As well as all of the huge references to the first generation games throughout Pokemon Sun and Moon, there were also multiple questions left unanswered in Pokemon Sun and Pokemon Moon that all lead to Kanto, such as what happens to Lily and Lusamine after the latter's Ultra Beast splicing encounter? Does Bill have a cure? Surely a third game will let us find out for ourselves. Coming in at the number 1 spot for today's video is the ability to walk with your Pokemon in Pokemon Stars. Shortly after launch, internet detectives quickly found that there are plenty of redundant files nestled deep inside Pokemon Sun and Moon's code. A recent discovery by hacker Keizo War, however, has led to speculation that the pair originally included a feature players have pined for since Generation 2, walking with your Pokemon. However, the good news though is that running, walking and resting animations were uncovered for every Pokemon in the game, alongside low poly versions of each creature that would fit the overworld design rather than the highly detailed battle sequences. This led many to conclude that a buddy Pokemon mechanic where Pokemon jog alongside your player avatar was in the works, but was left on the cutting floor. If it was planned, I can't help but think that the intense strain on the 3DS hardware was probably to blame for its omission. Sun and Moon are already pushing the system to its maximum, but a Nintendo Switch version would not have this problem. I think this would be an amazing feature to be included in Pokemon Stars, and with some pretty decent evidence to back it up, it could definitely be a possibility. But with that, wraps up this video. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making it. If you did enjoy the video though, please leave a like, I'd really appreciate it. Like I said at the start of the video, if you know of any other new features that should be in Pokemon Stars that didn't make the list, then be sure to leave it in the comment section below. I also have a couple top 5s coming onto your screen in a second, so be sure to give them a watch if you have the time, and also subscribe if you like my content. That's everything from me though, so thanks for watching guys, have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.